Welcome to the Growth Lab podcast, the only B2B sales podcast with proven strategies, tools, and tactics for selling into construction, FM, and property management. I'm your host, Matt Harris, the creator behind the Growth Lab.
I see that the home service industry there's a lot of money that wants to come into it. You're starting to see it in plumbing, HVAC. You're starting to see it I don't know if it's happening in the UK. Can you talk about that? Are you seeing like a lot of like roll-ups and things like that happening?
Yeah, so I mentioned before we went on, I had an interview with Rune Sonval from Fantastic Services, and that's something that his business has been doing for close to 15 years. So they started off in cleaning, and then they expanded into gardening, window cleaning, removals, and now they're full service, right? So anything you need from a home service perspective, you can access on their app at the touch of a couple of buttons. And I think certainly that is more of the direction that things are going in, because it comes down to convenience, doesn't it? It comes down to me being a customer. I don't really want to spend an extra 10, 15 minutes on Google looking at different reviews, trying to find the best rated plumber in my local area, when I know that the service provider who already cleans for me, who already cleans my windows, who's already doing my gardening, they're able to provide that at the touch of a button. So
that's great.
I think, I think you're right. I think that is definitely the way it's going. And you mentioned pest, and this is what we spoke about before. Cleaning, out of all of the home services, it's probably the least profitable out of all of them. So really, it kind of makes sense to roll that up into a suite of services, because then you're almost becoming, I mentioned this as well, you're almost becoming like a residential facilities management business, right? So
I see it.
We can do everything.
I had a conversation with somebody in the States this week that's interested in creating a business like what you described. I was kind of thinking they were getting ahead of themselves, but now after seeing it, I was thinking maybe that's like 3-5 years like down the road. Build your base first. And I'm getting approached every week by private equity that want to have conversations about either buying or partnering with Better Life Maids. And I'll take the meetings because I want to hear what they have to say and I want to listen and learn.
Yeah.
And what I'm hearing is they believe that our industry is valuable because we have the keys to the home.
Yeah.
Right? We're there at a very high frequency. And there's an opportunity. You have a garage door company, you might see that person once every decade, because a lot of people don't even service their garage doors. They just I don't know if that's a common thing. And we have these electronic garage doors in the States. People just buy them and forget about them, but they need some like some regular maintenance. If you had your home cleaner coming in and out through the door and be like, hey, that's kind of squeaky. We could have the garage door techs come take a look at that. We'll schedule that for you. They could leave a note after the visit. They notice that there is something not working. Hey, this circuit's not working. We can have somebody come out and look at it, or there's a dripping faucet. So much of those home services the homeowners would want to do, they don't have time to deal with. So you can actually be the one to notice it, the one to actually bring forward tickets and drive revenue. So my vision was that's 3 to 5 years away. We're going to start to see some real big consolidation in the industry. Sounds like some people are starting to make that happen sooner than that. And they're going to be, again, driving the entire gamut of the relationship with the customer. So one last thought on that is that you don't even have, it's not even about price either, because Amazon is not the cheapest. You can buy almost everything on Amazon, and usually you can probably find a better deal someplace else. I mean, almost anything that Amazon sells, there's a better price someplace else.
But you have to look, right? That's the thing. Extra 2, 3, 4 minutes. That's where we're at now. Like, was it Ronnie Cheng? He's got a skit on Netflix in one of his specials where he says, "I want Amazon now. Put it in my hand now. I want everything now, right now." That's what it is. That's where we've gone to, and the same is going to happen to this industry, because everything is about speed and convenience.
I think technology is going to be put in the hands of some of the smaller players, and they're going to be able to compete. It's going to level the playing field to some degree. The wild card is, and it's happened several times in our industry, and people have come in and failed. So people are really hesitant to they're not going to necessarily buy and believe that. So Amazon and Google have already kind of tried to come into the home services in the States, and they've come and gone. HomeJoy was a big one, but it's because they weren't focusing on the right stuff first. They weren't building the operational foundations first. They were just basically, we're a tech company that sells cleaning. If you're a tech company that is well managed and utilizes tech and has good financial modeling, that's a different game than a tech company that sells cleaning. So that, I do believe, is the shift that will start to occur. There'll be some really big cleaning companies that start to have opportunities to be home management companies for all the services that can run through a home. Yeah.
If you enjoyed this episode of the podcast, make sure you hit that follow button on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or hit that subscribe button on YouTube to get early access to the next episode. And if you want weekly B2B sales tips sent directly to your inbox, make sure you subscribe to the Growth Lab newsletter via the link in the episode description. Until next time, stay grinding.